Hello YouTube, and today I'm talking about the Xbox One again. But before I do that, I just want to make one point to everyone watching. This month is, for me, is Next Gen Consoles month, because the upcoming videos are talking about the PS4 Part 2 and talking about the Xbox One Part 3. And I'm doing PS4 versus Xbox One. You know, because some people are already doing a PS4 versus Xbox One, but, you know, we haven't seen the actual console of the PS4 yet, which is being revealed at E3 this month, which is why it's Next Gen Consoles month. See? But, yeah. Xbox, or Microsoft, have revealed some new information about their Xbox One. And why did they do this exactly? It's because all the all fans and stuff were raging, so they decided, you know, let's fix some of the bad points. But they don't understand. They don't understand. It's even worse now. They why would you I'm trying to think of a metaphor, but there's nothing that can explain it. You don't rob a bank when the getaway car has a flat tire. I mean, meh. First point that they fixed: always on DRM. Why does it always have to be on DRM? Well, the terrible excuse is that all the publishers and developers they can make amazing worlds with always on DRM. Well, you don't need always on DRM for games which don't have big worlds. You could just make it always on for the big world games, but not like the racing ones. But why the whole console? Why would they just stretch always on DRM from games that should have it to games that don't even need it? So what happens if you don't go online? Well, my friend, I'll tell you. You can play your games for 24 hours and then all gone. It just locks out after 24 hours of offline. Or you only get 1 hour if you're logging into your account on a different system. But if that is completely stupid, and you know why? Because if your Xbox One broke or something, like Red Ring of Death, what if they fix it? Yeah, basically, imagine if your Xbox One broke, then you get another one, but and you don't have an internet connection, and you can only play your games for 1 hour because you use the same account that you used on your old one. And they make it even shorter. I mean, 24 hours, that's not long, but an hour? That's ridiculous. I've made 2 videos that are that long. Why do you have to do this? Next point, I'm going to have to get my iPad here, because I put down all my points here. Kinect is mandatory. Lovely. Yay, everyone, Kinect is mandatory. The thing that you hated on the Xbox 360 is now back, and you can't use the system without it. Yay! That's all that can be said. Here's another lovely one. You know how before everyone was raging because it's like you have to pay a fee for used games? Well, now you don't have to pay the fee. Sounds good, doesn't it? No, because they ruin it. You can only give your games to someone that has been your friend for over 30 days. And I don't mean friend like actual friend. I mean, yeah, pretty much friend has lost its real meaning now, but yeah, you have to be the Xbox Live friend for over 30 days for you to be able to give it to them. And Another restriction is that you can only give them the game once. What? Why do they need to put these restrictions on? If it's like the next gen console, why do you take away stuff from the current gen thing? It makes it worse. Don't you understand that? It's supposed to be next gen, but it's basically current gen with more restrictions but better technology. Is that what next gen means now? Here's a good one. And by good, I mean bad. When I mean good, I mean like kind of they get more money. Well, this actually isn't anything to do with money. Basically, next point I need to make is that they're like pointing the fingers to developers and like retailers, and they're like, oh no, if this isn't our fault, it's their fault. I blame him. Why? Because this one is you can only trade in games from participating retailers. Gah! But why? Why can it only be from participating retailers? And why would any retailer not want to participate? You know why it's only participating retailers? Because they don't get any money from used games. So they make it that only some people can trade them in the first place. That is why they do all these stupid things. It's just for money. I mean, they're a company, they need to make money, but now they're just getting greedy. Next point. Yeah. This one is absolutely ridiculous. I don't know why they even put it in. I mean, it's a no-brainer. Up to 10 family members can play your games on your console at a time. Yeah, like you couldn't do that already. I mean, what? Hang on, I need to clean my glasses. I'll do it later. What? This is insane. You could already do it. Someone could just come in and play your console. But it's not restricted, like it can't be 10 different people. It can have an infinite amount. 9 billion for all I care. I mean, what, does it like scan their face and like 1 out of 10 family members have taken up the space for playing your console at a time? I mean, I know I say I mean a lot, but it's one of these things where I'm not the kind of person on YouTube who makes a script. I don't like just following something on a piece of paper. And that's the problem. If I don't make a script, I ramble. But at least I talk about it. But for this, you don't know what to talk about because it's so ridiculous. Here's another good point. Well, it's actually good this time. There were a lot of rumors going around and stuff, like the Kinect, since it just camera, like since the Kinect will always be on, it'll like listen into your conversations and all that kind of stuff. Well, the funny thing is, Xbox or Microsoft actually specified that is not going to happen, and that's just a rumor. And also, they made it that like you can turn off the Kinect, and when it's off, it still listens to your command. So that isn't turning it off then. But you can make it that it doesn't listen for your command. But that's just kind of, you'd have to go into the settings and find like turn off commands. But that's just talking a lot of rubbish. I mean, if it's on, it can still listen into your conversations in the background because it's mandatory, so it has to be on. So what's the point of making it go off if it's mandatory? There is no point of that. Next point. My next and last point is the fact that they do mention, like, all of these points are subject to change because we didn't listen to your opinion in the first place, and we would like to now because we knew we made such a terrible mistake for our reveal. Yeah, so like, you know how you said like that it will not, the Kinect, it won't record you, no thing. Is that subject to change too? Yeah. Skype end call.